she did that day to be horrible. In response to being told her action sucked, she left and turned the location off, which meant Opie couldn't find her. That's pretty much her decision at this point, as Opie had already spent a decent part of the day looking for her, and Opie called her to make sure she had ended up home safe. So the complete judgment on this post was not a-hole, and that seems right to me. What about you? What about you? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, let's go to the next one. WIBTA. Would I be the a-hole if I told my brother he and his girlfriend should not have a baby? My 20F brother, 24M, and his girlfriend are apparently trying for a baby. Here's the thing, my brother is a high school dropout. He doesn't work, he isn't back in school. He doesn't do anything basically but go out with his friends and smoke weed all day. His girlfriend doesn't really have a stable job either. She's a hairstylist who has one client every month. My brother and his girlfriend both live in her mother's basement. My mom enables the behavior. She doesn't tell him to get a job, go back to school, or do anything productive. When I found out they were trying for a baby, I immediately thought, why, when they have no source of income, no space for a baby, and neither of them are emotionally mature enough to raise a child, considering they're in a toxic relationship where they break up every month and constantly cheat on each other? I told my mother she needs to tell them they shouldn't be trying for a baby because of all these reasons. She just said they're two adults who can make their own decisions. Would I be the a-hole if I told my brother he should not have a baby? I feel like it'll seem like I'm being judgmental or unsupportive. But this isn't just about him. This is about a human child that will potentially be screwing up by bringing them into this world unprepared. Well, that is quite a sensitive topic, I think. Let's see what the comments are saying. Instead, talk to them in a friendly way about what they see themselves doing in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Ask them about how much money they would like to make next year, ideally, and what kind of job they would like them to get them the money. Don't have opinions, just draw them out like you are musing idly about it. If they bring up a baby, ask if they have medical insurance, and then casually ask them to look up how much it would cost without insurance, as if you were just curious. Ask if she's afraid of tearing or having stitches and stretch marks, and so on, and get them thinking. So they're kind of like, just like, do it secretly, I guess. Like, imply that it's a bad idea, but don't say it outright. Okay. If you are close enough to them to feel comfortable, try asking them some leading questions like, would the baby sleep? Have you priced out things like diapers, strollers, and other baby gear? How about medical insurance and doctor visits for the baby? Make it very clear that you will not be available for babysitting or loaning money. After that, all you can do is feel sorry for the kid. So the comments seem to be agreeing with the OP, but the overall judgment was a-hole, which is interesting because I'm guessing like maybe a few people commented and said it's none of your business or something like that. Yeah, like this, the comment says let them screw up their own lives. But then they're not only screwing up their own lives, but the child's too. That's what people are saying. So that is a hard one. What would you do in that situation? I feel like my posture is so bad here. I've been filming videos for like an hour and a half, so